Broncos country, let's ride. You're back in here with the Pro Football Pod, hanging out with Coach and Hulk, 7-round mock draft, Denver Broncos style, with trades. Are we going to make the Broncos better today, Coach?
I mean, I think it's hard for us not to. They're using Jared Stidham as their freaking quarterback. As long as we can get one of the top 5 guys, I think that they're going to get better. They definitely have some holes, though, man. I didn't realize that the Broncos were so depleted.
Yeah, I didn't either, in all honesty. Like, I knew, obviously, with the Jerry Jeudy trade, they were going to have a hole to fill there. Obviously, we all knew about the quarterback situation, but their cornerbacks are, outside of Pat Surtain, absolutely abysmal. They need safety. They need linebackers. They could possibly use an edge. Defensive interior, we've got some spots to fill. I'm really excited to actually dive in here because this is a team that I haven't done really any mocks for. So, yeah, we're going to get to play around with some stuff here.
So let's get it started, and we'll go a little bit slow for the first 15 or 20 picks. So we see Caleb, Drake, Jaden, Terry and Arnold goes 1 pick before us. So Brock Bowers went 9. I think that we were talking about it just a moment ago. At this point, taking one of the premier quarterbacks. I mean, JJ's still there. Wow. I still think that they have so many holes to fill, and I really kind of want Michael Penix for them, that trading back either somewhere in the early second or the end of the first is better. So let's look at the trades so New Orleans wants to trade with them.
JJ being there was fully unexpected.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be there in the actual draft. I don't think they have a chance at JJ.
I don't either. So for all realism, Arizona. Don't come at us Broncos fans because he's on the board here. I in no way think he's going to be on the board at 12 whenever draft night rolls around.
I think trading back to 27 with Arizona is, I mean, you get 27 and 35.
See if they'll throw in 90.
If we throw in 121, we can get 71 as well. They do. Yeah, they'll throw 90.
Take away 121. That has a 54, so pull that. See if they accept it, they accept it.
Not accepted.
All right, so add 147.
They take that.
Boom. All right. We just snagged multiple picks in premium spots that we need. Quinyon Mitchell was somebody I was really looking at in that spot, just because of the dire need at corner. But now that we've picked up 35 as well, I think at 35 we can absolutely.
This is such a perfect position for them to be sitting in, getting to pick Michael Penix at 27.
Now hold the phone here though. You've got Buffalo, they're not taking a quarterback. Detroit's not, Baltimore's not, San Fran's not. The Chiefs certainly aren't. The Panthers won't. The Patriots drafted one in the first round here. Yeah, I don't think we have to go Penix here.
Okay. So
pull up corner.
Saints is still there, but that's the best option.
Run on corners here.
Yeah, the corners went pretty heavy.
What's there at defensive interior?
Well, we know Jer'Zhan Newton's there, which means that basically everyone's still there. I don't think anybody's gone defensive interior yet. I would be okay with Jer'Zhan Newton, but I honestly think that...
All right, one more position there, wide receiver.
Troy Franklin's still there. Troy Franklin helps them quite a bit, actually. Sutton is not really a stretch the field type of guy.
They've got Sutton, Tim Patrick can't stay healthy. Marvin Mims Jr. is very inconsistent. Bro, I think going Troy Franklin here and then wrapping around and getting Penix at 35 would be elite.
I like that a lot, actually. All we had to do was trade back to get these
Now,
two players.
where we pick again, we don't pick again until 76. With the players we've got pulled up, scroll down to that range. All right, so we could be looking at, well, now see, that's where we run into, we could wait on.
And get the Jermaine Burton
We've got a
Walker.
Or Javon Baker. I love some Javon Baker there. Jalen McMillan is there as well. All right, so
Kyrie Jackson will be there at 76.
we're taking wide receiver out of this pick right here. We're not looking at wide receiver anymore. Honestly, for me, I think it's Jerry Newton with this pick.
Yeah.
Like, you have the need at defensive interior. I mean, you've got DJ Jones right now.
6th round pick in
Drafted,
2017.
Yeah. And I mean, overall, their defensive line just needs help. So to me, it's take the best defensive lineman here.
Like, they've got Malcolm Roach and Zach Allen, but Malcolm Roach finally scored decently last year for his first time in his career. I think that gives him a nice little trio down there. I think you're totally right. Jer'Zhan Newton absolutely helps him. I mean, they could go Jackson Powers, but Luke Wattenberg was a 5th round pick in 2022. Like, he's not necessarily someone that we need to replace right now. Mims isn't necessary because they don't really need tackle help. We're going Jer'Zhan Newton and then praying to God that none of these guys just
now,
take
in
Michael
real
Penix.
life, if realistically, they would have to take Penix because of the worry of somebody trading up into the end of the first. But for the sake of this one, we're able to get Penix at 35, and we're just going to take it.
So we're not going to really mess with too many more trades. We're going to try to utilize the picks that we do have. We have another 4 picks before 136. That's huge. And Christian Haynes being there.
Oh my God! What? Like,
I don't like drafting him every time, but like, dude, Ben Powers was a 4th round pick in 2019. Had a decent 2019, but has been poop since. And it's such a big need for their team. Like, Javonte Williams could be one of the best running backs in football if given the right opportunities. He's been injury prone the last couple of years, but man, really shoring up that line for him and giving Michael Penix some time back there. I mean, this guy is elite across the board. Played every game of his career. He's given up 3 sacks in 3 years.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like, it's hard because I know the wide receivers we're having to pass on here. And even like the need they have at linebacker. Junior Colson here also is somebody. They brought in Cody Barton and they've got Alex Singleton. So, I mean, the need at linebacker is there as well. We just got defensive interior. The need at corner is absolutely there. Look down the list here for us at around the 90s to see what we're looking at in that range.
And for corner?
Yeah. Renardo Green, Jerrion Jones, Kyrie Jackson, Chris Abrams-Drain.
Kyrie will probably be gone at 90.
Maybe. Fingers crossed. Renardo Green might still be there, and I'm not mad at that. All right.
I know that Broncos country doesn't want to hear this, but they are kind of in a miniature rebuild. And I think that building in the trenches is how you build championship caliber teams. I don't think that we can pass on Christian Haynes.
I don't either. Do it. I don't want to think about it too much longer because I'll talk myself out of it.
Yeah.
And it's the smart pick.
Wide receiver is a sexy pick. But, like, dude, it is not as important.
All right, so, yeah, pull up corner and wide receiver here for us.
So, all of ones...
I like Malik Washington.
So, he had a really good 2023.
A great 2023.
5'8",
now he's very small, so get out of him real quick as well. Like, I love his game, but you've also got Marvin Mims Jr. on board as well. Jamari Thrash to me is somebody that's been overrated in this draft. His grades, looking
Decent.
at that, leave a little bit to be desired. His production's kind of up and down, but scrolling down, I do like what we see here around our 121 range, specifically because I see Brendan Rice's name there as well.
Yeah.
Aeneas Smith, really like Aeneas Smith's game. So right here, then I think it'd be Kalen Carson or Jerry and Jones. Just pick your flavor between those two.
So let's see. Kalen Carson, prototypical size. Run defense grade is his best asset.
Decent in coverage, better in zone than he is in man.
And then you got Jerry and Jones. He's only improved every single year. His coverage grade and his man coverage grade are just absolutely elite. His run defense could be leave a little bit, but you've got Patrick Surtain. You know that he's not going to have to be on the strong side. You know that he's not going to be getting run at as often.
And he's improved every year.
Yeah.
Like drastic improvements every year.
And that size, I mean, 6 foot, 191, like that's exactly where I want my guys to be.
Now
he's about to be 23 years old.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. What's Carson's age?
22, so about a year younger.
Okay, so not too much of a difference there that you're looking at. So yeah, okay, take Jerry and Jones.
Yep.
Now it's a hell of a reach, but I'm okay with it because we don't pick again until 121 here.
One pick before.
Okay, that's fine. A lot of the wide receivers win, it looks like.
Tavondre Sweat still being there is interesting. I know we took defensive interior. I guess we don't really need it. We really need to go corner, don't we?
Yeah, I'm looking corner, linebacker. I know we say it kind of jokingly, but Tommy Eichenberg isn't bad. Pull up safety as well. That's the pick.
Tyke Smith.
Yes, because looking at their team right now, strong safety is where their need is predominantly. And aside from his 2021, where he just wasn't healthy for the season, the dude's looked great the last two seasons. Yeah. And you have the need at safety. Now, we haven't taken corner, though, correct?
We did. We just took Jerry and Jones.
Okay, so, all right. So, yeah, all right. Tyke Smith, to me, would be the pick. And then 136, I've got my eyeball on somebody. If he's still there, he already went. Theo Johnson is very intriguing. I think of the Jimmy Graham days with Sean Payton with that guy. Grades leave some bit to be desired. The stats leave a lot to be desired, but the guy's athleticism, absolutely off the charts. And where we haven't been able to snag a wide receiver here yet, I think getting a pass catcher like Theo Johnson right here at the beginning of round 5 would be chef's kiss. And then I think Isaiah Williams, if he's still there with the next pick, or Luke McCaffrey. Luke McCaffrey would be dope because his father played in Denver and won a Super Bowl with Denver. So that would just be an awesome full circle moment.
I think Theo Johnson makes a lot of sense for them. They need athleticism. McCaffrey went a couple picks before, but Isaiah Williams is still there. Yep. 5'10", 180, plays quite a bit of slot. Which is exactly what they need. And
if we didn't go Tyke Smith, then Mustafa still being on the board here would be a no-brainer in my idea.
Absolutely.
Now, let's see. We don't pick again until 203, so we need to make a very wise decision.
Yeah, this is kind of our last, true potential to,
So, scroll down to the 203 range just to see what the board's going to look like there. All right, so yeah, it's not even showing. We got to go to a second page on this bitch. All right, so scroll up. And let's go Isaiah Williams.
All right.
Just because I know like there's going to be a solid drop off at wide receiver.
Yeah, there's nobody left after that point. All right, so there's only another 50 or 60 picks left. We have 2 more in the next 4. So this is where we're grabbing all of our value.
Rasheen Ali is very intriguing as a backup for Javonte Williams.
Which is a bit of a need for them. They don't really have
more
much.
Yeah, he's more of a, as you can tell by that elusive rating there, he is more of a power style running back. But to me, his game just looks so smooth when he has the ball. Like he just knows what he's doing with the ball.
He was doing great in 2021 and then also stepping it up in 2022 before he got hurt.
Yep.
He stayed healthy all of 2023.
And that's where you wonder, too, though, how much did that affect that elusiveness rating that we see? I mean, 23 touchdowns in 2021, 15 touchdowns last season. He shows you the ability to receive out of the backfield now. Obviously, as you can tell, it looks like a lot of swing routes where he's tackled a couple yards after the line of scrimmage. But for me, like at this point in the draft, too, you're kind of just building depth. And I love Rasheen Ali's game. Dylan Laub is a solid pick as well, but I'm higher on Rasheen. Curtis Jacobs is the guy I'm looking at for our final pick, if he's still there for us at linebacker. Honestly, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and take him. But if we miss on Rasheen Ali, like I said, I like Laub and I like Dylan Johnson a lot as well.
What about this guy from
Jace
Alabama?
McClellan. Jace McClellan's a baller.
Not as much on the touchdowns, but he also is working on a committee with Crimson. They haven't really had like their one and only guy.
Now, Jace McClellan, if I'm not mistaken, and this could be just me spouting bullshit out of my head, I believe he's the running back that came over from Georgia Tech, and he is a blazer.
I mean,
based off how you felt size about Jahmyr Gibbs last season,
yeah,
he is a poor man's Jahmyr Gibbs by every measure. It's just you're wondering, playing at Georgia Tech and their run-heavy offense and playing at Alabama and their run-heavy offense, how much tread's still on those tires there? So,
yeah, I mean,
I said, you could go Curtis Jacobs just to make sure you go ahead and have him on the board. I'm cool with taking a running back here for depth because I like the guys that we're looking at.
I think that we take Curtis Jacobs, and then at least one of these guys is going to still be there. It's impossible for all of them to get drafted.
I agree.
So Ollie went.
They're all gone. No, I'm just joking.
Between Dylan Laub and Jace McClellan, so you were mentioning tread, but he really only has like maybe 300 total attempts in his career. Compared to this guy had 245 in just 2022. So I do think that you're going to get a little bit more juice potentially. And having that blazing speed with Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams is not a speedster. He's just a very good vision. He has speed. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but that's not his only game. I think that having someone to be the lightning to his thunder would be the most ideal.
Yeah, I agree. The only other guy I'd look at here would be James Williams, just because giving more depth to that DB core.
Yeah. He also plays, he's potential to
honestly
step into a linebacker role.
Bro, I don't know though, looking into it more, I know his whole thing is they're not entirely sure about his position. If he's going to be strong safety, free safety, things like that. But I look at it as
the
safeties,
Isaiah Simmons type of linebacker, hybrid, where he is kind of coming into the box as a safety. I've heard a lot of him being that.
And we got to remember, dudes are still out there in the free agent market as well. But what I'm looking at their starting safeties, and you've got Brandon Jones, who is primarily a strong safety or in the box safety at 6'1", 191. And then you've got Caden Stearns, who is 6'1", 207, who is more of a strong safety linebacker tweener type guy. So that's why I was kind of starting to look more down towards the James Williams to give them some size back there at safety and, you know, some over the top help, because regardless on how people feel about his athleticism, if he's your deep safety and he's standing 6'5", there's really not much that's going to get over him as long as he's able to play within the scheme. And it's your last pick of the draft here.
Yeah, we're picking him in round 6. Last pick, I think that adds a lot of value. We haven't gone safety yet, right?
Yeah, we took Tyke Smith, but to me, with all the help they need at DB, I don't care to double up on positions when a team has the needs for it. Especially like you said, they're kind of in a rebuilding mode. Broncos country, if you're here with us, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. They thought we should have taken Troy Franklin over Jerry Newton, which we did discuss that pick. Yeah. We did discuss it, but took Jerry Newton to get a stud of a defensive interior player. Michael Penix Jr. in round 2, which is just a steal in my opinion at that spot. Christian Haynes, we'll take him in every draft if he's there for us, because the dude is a baller and can play guard or tackle for you.
Getting him in round 3, like, dude.
That's insane. Like that is egregious. Like that shouldn't happen. Jerry and Jones in round 3 there for us, C-, but you have the major need at corner. Tyke Smith in round 4 gave us a B-. Love the Theo Johnson pick and the Isaiah Williams pick back to back for us there.
Yep.
They loved it. I loved it. I think it fills out some needs there for them. And then some more needs. Curtis Jacobs and depth back there at safety with James Williams. A- overall, one of our better drafts that we've done. I will absolutely take it. And I don't think Broncos country can be mad at what we just put on the board here for them if this is how it were to turn out.
We're filling up some needs right here. I mean, that's our biggest thing with these. We're not trying to pick the flashy guy that everyone wants you to pick. It's more about filling in the roster with things that are going to make them better. They're not going to win the division off of this draft, but it's definitely setting up their future to be successful.
And I will say, like, when I go into these drafts as well, while I look for guys that can give you potential down the road and project a little bit down the line, I also try to find guys with the experience and the pedigree that can come in and give you some kind of value day one. Yes. Even if we're drafting later in the rounds, I think Curtis Jacobs, James Williams, Isaiah Williams, Theo Johnson, I think all 4 of those late picks come in and give you some value in year 1.
Yeah.
But hey, TulsiRoseTea.com, go to there for all your tea needs. They're our sponsor. We love them. We love you guys. We appreciate you hanging out with us. The outro music's hitting your ears right now. You check back for all of our videos. Hit that noti bell. Tell your friends. Peace out.